Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We from Group 3 will explain about the topic is the identification of Trematode Parasites from the genus Pseudorhabdosynochus and Azygia. Keep it watching our presentation. This is a picture of two genus. The one is genus Pseudorhabdosynochus and the second picture is genus Azygia. And the next is we need to discuss about 1. Morphology. 2. Classification. 3. Life cycle. 4. Clinical sign. And the last is predilection. 1. Genus Pseudorhabdosynochus.
Classification of Pseudorhabdosynochus sp. Phylum Platyhelminthes, class Monogenia, ordo Dactylogyridae, family Diplectenidae, genus Pseudorhabdosynochus, species Pseudorhabdosynochus sp.
Morphology of the Pseudorhabdosynochus. All species of Pseudorhabdosynochus are small animals, ranging 0.3 to 1 mm in length. As most monogeneans, they are flat, with an anterior head bearing 4 oculi and head glands, a main elongated body, and a posterior hapter. The digestive system includes an anterior muscular pharynx and 2 lateral intestinal branches, or ceca. As in all platyhelminthes, there is no anus. The hapter, in the posterior part of the body, is a specialist organ used to attach to the host. The hapter includes sclerotized element, namely a ventral bar, 2 lateral dorsal bars, 2 ventral hooks and 2 dorsal hooks, and 14 hooklets. As in most diplatanids, the hapter bears special, characteristic structures called squamodics. The squamodics, one ventral and one dorsal, of species of Pseudorhabdosynochus are made up of numerous rodlet-alike as concentric rows. All species of the genus have 2 squamodics except Pseudorhabdosynochus sinaiticus, in which these organs are completely lacking. Adults are hermaphrodite. The reproductive organ include a single ovary and a single testis. As in all diplatanids, the ovary or germanium is anterior to the testis and loops around the right intestinal cecum. Species of Pseudorhabdosynochus are characteristic by a sclerotized male copulatory organ or quadriloculate organ, which has the shape of a bean with 4 internal chambers. The vagina includes a sclerotized part, which is a complex structure with several chambers and canals, generally used for the diagnosis and differentiation of species. Of the pictures, we know that the female in left and the male in right sclerotized organ of species of Pseudorhabdosynochus or Pseudorhabdosynochus caledonicus. Among the species of Pseudorhabdosynochus is Pseudorhabdosynochus bowini, who has such morphology in these pictures. Of the figure 2, Pseudorhabdosynochus bowini, in A. Habitus, ventral view, composite drawing of life specimens. B. ventral squamodix, C. Male quadriloculate copulatory organ, D. Sclerotized vagina, E. Egg, F. Hepatural sclerite, VB. Ventral bar, DB. Dorsal bar, FE. FA. Ventral anchors, DA. Dorsal anchors.
There is a picture of Pseudorhabdosynochus cibesi. The equatorial ovary covered up the intestinal caisson on some parts. Vagina was divided into two parts. The first part of vagina was located close to ovary, partly sclerotized on the proximal part, and had a lattice flower shape. The second part was sclerotized on the distal part and fibriform shape. The vagina was located in sinistral part of the male copulatory organ with a complex sclerotized structure. The sclerotized vagina was 0.104 till 0.123 mm long and 0.24 until 0.161 mm wide. Compressed sclerotized tromb, primary canal, primary chamber, and secondary chamber. Heptor was located in posterior part of the body, differentiated from the rest of the body, provided with two similar squamatids in ventral and dorsal part of the body. This heptor also had two pairs of lateral hamuli, three transverse bar and seven pairs of marginal hooklets, but its shape were not clear. The squamatids has a rounded shape and was made of rows of rodlets. Squamatids had 9 till 12 concentric rows of rodlet and two innermost rows, forming circles. The rodlets sometimes were equipped with visible spores. Bars were located between hamuli, strong and concave on the central parts. It also getting thinner in the edge of the body. Bars were straight, with flattened medial extremity and thick cylindrical lateral extremity. Ventral bar was 0.187 till 0.195 mm long, head flat shape, massive, with slinky constrictive median portion and plumose extremities. The dorsal hamuli inner was 0.026 until 0.033 mm long, and the outer was 0.04 until 0.045 mm long. The ventral hamuli inner length was 0.036 until 0.046 mm and outer length was 0.047 till 0.057 millimeters.
Number 2 is genus Pseudorhabdosynochus. This genus have identification key such as shape of the male copulatory organ, vagina, squamodis, ventral and dorsal bars, ventral and dorsal hamuli, and the marginal hooklets, and a number of row of elements in the squamodis.
Monogynia has a direct life cycle, which means no host is needed for parasite to reproduce. Adult parasites are hermaphrodite. These parasites attack the host and multiply laying eggs. Embryo formation begins with eggs. Young parasites appear to have strong hormones to attach themselves to their host. Young parasites develop into large-sized adult parasites. One adult parasite can produce eggs as much as 10 until 22 eggs per day. The egg is oval with a spiral filament at one end. The rate of hatching of eggs varies greatly, with some eggs hatching into 2 days, while others require 6 days. The eggs hatch into free swimming larvae within 2 until 6 days at 30 Celsius with a salinity of 30 ppt. Onchomycetium can stick in jam time. Once attacked, Onchomycetium metamorphoses into adult parasites take for 4 until 7 days. This parasite become an adult and produce eggs in 7 days. The life cycle is 30 until 20 days.
Clinical symptoms. Clinical symptoms of fish infected with Pseudorhabdosynochus sebaceae usually show symptoms such as rubbing the gill operculum on the tank while causing bleeding in the operculum skin. Then, the appetite of the fish decreases, swimming abnormally on the surface of the water. The body becomes pale, and over time the fish will become thin and die.
Predilection of species Pseudorhabdosynochus. That is, at first, predilection occurs in the gills lamella, and 2. This species causes hemorrhagic lesion and abrasive lesion on the body, and 3. Pseudorhabdosynochus sp infests all over the gills lamella. A heavy infestation from this parasite on gills lamella causes abrasive lesion and respiratory disorder which causes death. 4. The gill swarm from this species are also found to attack humpback, grouper, and milkfish.
2. Genus Azygia.
Classification: Azygia Enggasticauda. Kingdom: Animalia. Class: Trematode. Order: Azygidae. Family: Azyigidae. Genus: Azygia. Species: Azygia enggasticauda.
Digenea has a flat body shape with a smooth, thorny or tubby body surface. The common feature of Digenea is that of the sucker located anteriorly to the mouth and abdomen. Azygia has an elongated body with a body size of 0.12 until 0.36 mm, including oral sucker beneath the surface of the ventral top sheath, long parting where the esophagus is short.
This is a explanation. Picture 7. Holotype entire body. Picture 8. Paratype entire body. Picture 9. Paratype terminal genitalia and ventral view. Picture 10. Paratype ovarian complex and dorsal view. C. Capsule. CSD common sperm duct. CVD common vitelline duct, ejaculatory duct, GP, genital port, LC, pleural canal, M, mechanism, MG, Mehlis gland, O, ovary, OD, oviduct, OT, ootype, PP, pars, prostaticha, PS, prostate sac, SD, sperm duct, SO, sinus organ, SV, seminal vesicle, U, uterus, VD, vitelline duct.
Number 1 is genus Azygia. This genus have identification key such as size body, extension of intestinal trachea, reach up to hind end of body, vitelline follicle overlapping and extending from middle of ventral sucker up to hind end of body, and anterior testis is larger than posterior testis.
Life cycle of Azygia. Figure 1. Embryonated egg is shed from uterus of adults. Figure 2. Embryonated egg Azygia acuminata, not operculum. Figure 3. Miracidium is seen within egg capsule, outer margin of egg capsule omitted. Bracelet plates and bands. Penetration gland or PG and flame cells. Figure 4. Miracidium forged from egg capsule. 5 anterior bracelet plates and nuclei of germ cell. 1 posterior bracelet band is partly detached from the miracidial covering. Figure 5. Radia from experimentally infected snail 12 days after ingestion of Azygia longa eggs. Scapular gut or ENT, germ balls and scattered flame cells in the body walls. Figure 6. Sketch of individual Amnicola limosa showing the radii or air as they can seen through the shell of the living snail. A. Anus. D. Digestive gland. G. Gills. M.O. Mouth. S. Stomach. Figure 7. Radia. Characteristic ringed appearance and contain development cercaria. Figure 8. Sketch of part of the flame cell system of the radia. Figure 9 to 12. Stage in the development of cercaria. Figure 9. Germs ball from radia, not single pair of flame cells. Figure 7. Same showing infesting cells or IC. Figure 11. Stage 2 in development of cercaria. Ventral view, duplicated and unfused flame cell system. Figure 12. Same lateral view. The cercaria expand into a cystic metacercia in the free host or plankton.
Clinical symptoms of Azygia sp. Worm contact with host tissue and utilize their nutritive substances fuel their growth, nourishment, and make host weak, affecting the growth of host, causing damage to intestinal tissue of host, evidenced by eruption of villi, thickening of more intestinal layers. The pathological effect shows degeneration of villi, ruptured serosal layers, swelling, feculation in tunica muscularis and lamina propria, and irregular shape of villi, accurate formation of thick, circular, and longitudinal layers.
1. Predilection occurs in the intestine. 2. Azygia cause hemorrhagic and thickening on the swim bladder wall. They may cause tissue damage and impaired respiration and sign of stress. 3. Adult fluke invades different organs such as gills, digestive tract, liver, and kidney. 4. Azygia mostly infect freshwater fish, example Chana gajua. Thanks for watching our presentation. May be useful. Thank you. And last, this is a picture from group 3. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.